I say that the Congress will be the second one. The first one will be BJP, but they will not reach that magic number.
So again stuck.
Yeah, not only stuck. Kumaraswamy will play the deciding factor.
No party will get the majority. My prophecy.
Is that good for Karnataka or not? I don't know.
I feel sad for.
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching Brass Tacks. I'm Anusha Soni. The Karnataka election campaign seems to be all about seeking the blessings of Bajrang Dal. After the Congress party made a pro-poll promise to ban the outfit, Bajrang Dal, the BJP accused them of being anti-Hindu and escalated to another level. The Saffron party said that the Congress does not respect the deity, Bajrang Dal. Clearly rattled by the momentum of the discourse building up in BJP's favour, the Congress party seems to be in a damage control mode. Today, senior Congress leader D.K. Shivkumar made a statement that if Congress party comes to power, the party will build Hanuman temples and also work towards the development of other religious sites related to Lord Hanuman. Now, certain states unit of the Congress party are also organising the recital of Hanuman Chalisa in response to the protest by Bajrang Dal. Well, what's rather ironic here is that it's not the BJP but the Congress making a promise to build temples. In the last leg of campaigning, will the Congress be able to keep the focus on local issues and governance, or will the focus now shift on the religious plank, something that has worked for the advantage of the BJP? We discuss on Brass Tacks tonight.
We have no proposal to ban Bajrang Dal.
Those who are indulged in hate politics, such organizations we are going to ban.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಅಂಜಾದ್ರಿ ಏನು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ರಾಮ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳೋದು ರಾಮನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ರಾಮ.
For the sake of election, you will take one stand. But the states where you are in power, there you will not take any action.
Is the Congress party in damage control mode? Who has the edge in battleground Karnataka? Let me take these questions to our guests as well. Joining us on the Brass Tacks tonight, Shehzad Poonawalla, BJP National Spokesperson. Dr. Ajay Kumar, the National Spokesperson for the Congress Party, also joining us on the show. Good evening to both of you. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Dr. Ajay Kumar, coming to you first. Is the Congress Party in damage control mode? Why would you make a promise in your manifesto that your top leaders are not in agreement with? You have some senior leaders of the Congress Party making that statement and saying that perhaps there is no thought to ban Bajrang Dal, something you mentioned specifically in your manifesto.
So first question is, I don't know if you're aware that the BJP banned the Sri Ram Sena, BJP government, Manohar Parrikar banned the Shiv Sena in Goa. So are they against Lord Ram? First, Mr. Poonawalla and the BJP should answer that they banned the Sri Ram Sena. So this kind of perverse logic to equate Bajrang Dal, guy like Dhruv Saxena who is ISI involved, Babu Bajrangi riot accused, and the Prime Minister BJP should apologize to a nation to include Bajrang Dal and Bajrang Bali. That's the first issue. And please ask the spokesperson from the Bharatiya Janata Party that Sri Ram Sena they banned. So are they against Sri Ram? Because I'm a little confused. Based on this perverted logic of the Bharatiya Janata Party, let them explain. First, you please ask them to explain to me the Sri Ram Sena banning of Sri Ram Sena. Does it lead to insulting Lord Rama? Because I'm a little confused in their stand.
Okay. I will take that question to the BJP. There's another question I want to ask you before I bring in BJP into the discussion. If there is so much, or a party which is in governance, that Bajrang Dal as an outfit should be banned, there are various state governments where Congress is in power. I don't think there is any recommendation which has gone in from any state government to the central government for banning this outfit. So if this is something which is coming in from substance, from thought, then why hasn't it happened in other states, sir?
No, but my question, I'm amazed with, you are a well-read anchor. Have you read the actual lines? Please read it publicly.
Yes.
What is the actual line?
The actual line
No,
is that
one sec,
any
one sec. No, no,
organization,
one sec,
any
one sec. No, no, one
organization
sec.
which is
Can
promoting
one sec, madam,
hatred,
can you-
like
no,
the PFI, yes, like the PFI or Bajrang Dal.
One sec.
Yeah.
Please read it. Please read the actual lines.
So why don't you read it for
Please
me?
read the actual
Why
lines
don't you
which
read
is
it
in
for
the
me?
manifesto.
I have it, I'll read it.
Any organization,
No,
any
why should you read it?
organization.
I asked her.
Sir,
No,
sir, one second,
No,
sir,
one
one
sec,
second,
one
sir,
sec,
one
one
second.
sec.
I am not sitting here giving you an exam on Congress manifesto. With due respect to you, sir, I have done my homework, and what is written in that manifesto
so what is written?
Sir, one second, you asked me a question, let me respond to it. In
Okay,
that
please
manifesto, the substance what the Congress party is talking about is any organization that works against law and order, promotes hatred, organizations like PFI and Bajrang Dal. These are the two examples you're citing there. Am I wrong or am I right, sir?
So if you propagate hate, if you don't propagate hate and violence, they won't be banned. Why is there that, and it's only on the national TV that we continue to ignore that Karnataka has got the lowest human development index in
haven't answered my
17
question,
around the
sir.
whole country because of BJP. One sec, either I attend this TV shows and you give me the dignity to respond, or you please ask me to leave, I'm okay with it. Because please give me the dignity to complete my sentence.
Please go ahead, sir. Please make your point, Dr. Kumar.
I'm not able.
Dr.
Would you
Ajay
let me
Kumar,
complete?
please go ahead. That's what I'm saying. That's why we paused in the debate so you can finish your argument, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Here is a government which is 40% of corruption. Here is a government which has eaten up 1.5 lakh crores here per year. Here is a government where the Bharatiya Janata Party bans the Sri Ram Sena, but the Prime Minister makes a statement. I would like my BJP spokesman to say that. What does he say about voting, the day of the voting, taking a religious chant? He should also take a religious chant. Should he say his religious chant? Is that a logical way to fight elections? And we are saying that anybody who breaks the law, if they don't break the law, we have no issue. They won't be banned. But if they break the law, we will ban them. Now, why is that an issue for anybody?
Okay.
If they break the law, we will take action.
I have a lot of interjection and follow-up questions to ask you, Dr. Kumar, but I have to bring in the BJP national spokesperson as well. And I must reiterate, sir, that I asked you a pointed question, that why isn't this position taken by any of the state governments run by the Congress party, and you haven't answered that question. Let me bring in Shehzad, then I'll come back to you. Shehzad, many questions have been raised on the BJP. Sri Ram Sena, according to the Congress spokesperson, was banned. And just because you banned an outfit that had its name after Lord Sri Ram, that doesn't mean that you don't believe in Lord Sri Ram. How do you extend that argument? Isn't that sheer politicking?
I'll answer this question first because he's been insisting on it, but let me then make my other points as well.
Sure.
The Jaish-e-Mohammed is also banned. Nobody who's a follower of Prophet Muhammad feels offended by that or says that because it's a terror group. Similarly, Sri Ram Sena is doing anti-national activities, therefore it has been banned. But the Bajrang Dal is not doing anti-national activities. If it was, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, and we have a police officer who also has some interest in Jharkhand, where their other government is, or Bihar, where they have a stake in the government, they would have all banned it. So therefore, to compare, this shows the mindset. And I would only say, Mahabir Bikram Bajrangi, Kumati Nivar Sumati ke Sangi. पर ये सुमति के संगी नहीं रहे हैं. There is no Sumati in the Congress. Look what they have said in their manifesto. So I have the entire text of the manifesto where they have said Bajrang Dal and PFI in the same line. First of all, can these two be equated? Then they say we will ban PFI. The PFI has already been banned. Then in the same manifesto they say two other important things which we've missed. One, that the anti-cow slaughter law will be taken back. The anti-conversion bill will be taken back, and Mr. Siddaramaiah is in fact on record to say it. Then they also say that we will have the reservation on religious grounds reimposed in Karnataka, which is against the views of Baba Saheb Ambedkar ji. And apart from that, if that was not enough, the SDPI National General Secretary yesterday has said to your channel and other channels, we wanted to contest 100 seats, now we are contesting 16. We will do door-to-door campaigning for the Congress. Mr. MB Patil endorses and says, yes, SDPI ke saath gadbandhan hona chahiye. G. Parmeshwar endorses it. And when the question is posed to Mr. Khadge does not say, no, I don't need SDPI I support? He says, so what if a secular party is supporting us? So in their conception, PFI's political wing, the SDPI, is a secular party, and this is why, Anusha, I come to the main crux of the argument. Today, the BJP Prime Minister, wherever he is going, he is saying that I have done 32 lakh Ujjwala cards, I have done 32 lakh Ayushman cards, Ujjwala connections, I have done 48 lakh toilets in Karnataka, I have given 1 crore people drinking water, I have built the Bengaluru-Mysuru Expressway, we have built the Kempegowda Terminal 2 airport, we have given 7,000 crores for railways, they used to give 4,000 crores in 5 years. Just one second, we are talking about Vikas. They first started abusing Prime Minister as poisonous snake, and now they have come down to vote bank politics. This shows that they do not have confidence, and then they spoke about 40% government.
Exactly.
Yes,
and one of the principal argument of the Congress party at the state level is that this is a government in the state that has not delivered on the governance promise, and even if this is a self goal by the Congress party, then you're latching onto it because you don't have a report card that you can show to the people.
Okay, let's do one thing. I will say two things, and Mr. Ajay Kumar should tell me the same two things what they did when their government was there. In my government, in the government of 2018 to 23, we have set up industrial estates in North Karnataka, Belagavi, Chamarajnagar, Kalaburgi, Tumkura, Chitradurga. Karnataka has become #1 in FDI with 45% of the FDI, and it has become #1 in startup with almost 40% of the unicorns coming from Karnataka in the last 5 years. Now, on the same, and we have given 10,000 rupees per Kisan, 12,000 crores totally to Kisan, 54 lakh farmers. Now, on the same parameters, Ajay Kumar should tell us their track record between 2013 to 18. Or forget that. Tell us how much loan waiver they gave in Rajasthan, which they had promised. Forget that.
I'll come to you.
40% commission. Now let me come on this. 40% commission was a statement made by one corrupt contractor, which they are taking and going across the state. They have not filed one FIR on this. They have not gone to court and gotten any proceeding against anybody. But Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, their president, is on 2 cases, ED and CBI. Both cases he had got no relief. ED has filed charge sheet. CBI case he went for relief to High Court. He was denied relief. Their president, former presidents are out. Their former presidents are out on bail. And the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi ji said, when I send 1 rupee, 85% is taken by the Lutera Panja. They ran 85% government, and they are talking about 40% Sarkara. So this shows that today Ajay Kumar has lost the plot, and in losing the plot, they have started even saying that we will put those who chant Jai Bajrang Bali. Bajrang Bali, and he said Bajrang Bali ki Jai aap chant karoge. Mr. Ajay Kumar, I may be a Muslim, but Hanumanji, Shri Ram, Sita Ma, these are icons of India. Do you consider them to be icons of just one religion? They are icons of India, and therefore I say Bajrang Bali ki Jai, Jai Bajrang Bali, tod vote bank ki nali.
All right, Dr. Ajay Kumar,
why are you ashamed of this?
Dr. Ajay Kumar, yes.
So let me complete.
Yeah.
First of all, look at the dubious statistics.
Dubious.
The lies which are poured on the, and you know, the good part with my BJP colleague is no verification. 1,258 companies shut down during their Sarkara. 83,000 people only in these companies lost jobs. 13 PSUs were made, were shut down. 37 lost 5,000 crores. The highest number of contractor suicide in India is in Karnataka. The
Sir, with due respect,
none of his achievements.
I just want to
No,
nobody is interrupting you. Nobody is interrupting you. Nobody is
Please show
interrupting you.
manners. Again, Mr. Punawar, please
Ajay
show
ji,
manners.
अपनी सरकार के पांच achievement गिना दो.
All right. Dr. Ajay Kumar, Dr. Ajay Kumar, Dr. Ajay Kumar.
I refuse to speak to
Please
such
go ahead.
ill-mannered people.
Please go ahead, Dr. Ajay Kumar.
No, but
please
this
go ahead.
bullying should stop.
I refuse to
No.
speak to such badly dubious
Can we
people with no manners.
please have a civil
Because he has
debate
got
here?
no
Dr.
manners.
Kumar, nobody has anything against you or the Congress party. Fair time allotment will happen on this show. That is my commitment
but
to you.
you
Please go
tell
ahead
the
and
man-
make an argument, sir. And as
No,
far
but
as
please-
interjection
please
is
tell your
concerned,
man
when
in your
Shehzad
speech.
was
One
speaking,
second,
I interjected him as well. Sir, nobody
One
is going to
second.
interject. Finish your point. Finish your point, sir.
I was in a previous debate. He's got this perennial
Sir, let's not make it personal.
chronic
My
disease of...
request
No,
to you.
one sec,
My request
let me
to you.
complete.
All of you are
I don't
so
interrupt.
scared
I
of
don't
me.
interrupt Mr. Poonawala.
Do you all
I
get
will not
nightmares
engage in
about
any
me, you and
discussion in this
Supriya?
debate.
All right,
No,
no.
I refuse to
Do
talk.
you, Supriya,
please-
get nightmares about me?
I'm sorry.
Sure,
Shehzad,
sure.
Dr. Ajay Kumar, I have to
Come
request
on,
both
man,
of you.
speak about
not
your achievements.
Not to make it
No,
personal, please.
I refuse to speak
Dr.
to
Ajay
somebody.
Kumar, Dr. Ajay Kumar, why don't you address the anchor of the debate and answer the questions that I've asked
Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, good. And please make sure that the
Nobody is
manners are
interjecting.
exhibited during
Please
the
go ahead,
show.
sir. The floor is yours.
Really
Go
appreciate
ahead.
it. So, here was a head of a mutt, religious mutt, telling that this 40% Sarkar has been kind to me because they only asked me 30%. You go, the 8 crores is normal in their MLA's house. 40 lakhs is normal in the MLA's son's house. And they are talking, you go to every nook and corner. The question again is, India has not seen such a corrupt government. Even Mr. Modi said this is 10% Sarkara. He forgot to say it was 40% Sarkara. The other issue is the worst human development index in India, 17. The worst human development in the southern state, 13, highest unemployment rate in Karnataka since the BJP came in.
You've cited your figures.
In the southern state.
Dr. Kumar, with respect, can I know that what is the source from where you're quoting these numbers?
Okay, so I will quote the source. Now, madam, hold on to it. I will show you the quote. I will give you all the numbers under the exactly, and I'll send you the link of all the numbers. The 13%. Please Google.
This is hilarious. Hilarious. This is hilarious. No, 1 second, Anusha. He said there is a highest unemployment in Karnataka. Please time to provide the source. I'll tell you CMI data which they like to quote. 1 second. Let me come for 15 seconds.
Yes,
I am saying it.
Dr. Kumar, you've made your point. Let Shehzad finish. I'll come to you.
I'm saying it right now. Open up the CMI website, the CMI data website. Your researchers producers can do that. Karnataka stands at 2.1% unemployment rate. Rajasthan above 20%. That is the source they quote. CMI data. Now he should tell me where he got the figure that highest unemployment is in Karnataka.
I did not allow anybody to interrupt you.
This is just unfair. Just an immature person. He's just an immature person.
Dr. Kumar, please let Shehzad make his point. I will come back to you. No personal comments is my request to all the panelists. B.S. Arun, the senior journalist, is also with us on the broadcast. Shehzad, 30 seconds to you, then I'll go to B.S. Arun.
I am now challenging Mr. Ajay Kumar. Open up the CMI data website, which they quote. I don't believe it. No, this is unfair.
Dr. Kumar, let me have Shehzad Poonawala right now for the next 30 seconds. Sir, I'll come to poverty rate. He'll come to poverty rate. Let him speak. Let him make his point. We can't have this heckling on air. We can't have this heckling on air. Shehzad Poonawala, please. Shehzad, please go ahead.
The CMI website, which they like to quote, points at Karnataka's unemployment rate at under 3% and Rajasthan's at above 20%. Mr. Ajay Kumar said that the highest unemployment rate stands in Karnataka. He must A, provide the source, and secondly, 2014, 2 airports, today 7 airports. 2014, 7 kilometers of metro line. Please, Anusha, please. 10 seconds more. 10 seconds more.
Go ahead.
7 kilometers of metro line in 2014, 56 kilometers today, 100 kilometers by next year. The STRR has been cleared. Developmental funds, 2009 to 14, 94,000 crores given by them. Today, 2.26 lakh crores given for the development. MSP of tur dal increased by 53%, ragi by 138%, paddy by 56%, cotton by 60%. FRP of sugarcane increased by 10,000 rupees per ton by our government. Apart from that, 10,000 rupees given per farmer for 54 lakh farmers, 1.5 lakh weavers got an increased assistance from 22,000 rupees to 85,000 rupees. Ajay ji, one figure what your government has done. One figure.
Shehzad, there's a repeated... One second. I have to bring in B.S. Arun as well into the discussion. Dr. Kumar, one second. Poverty rate, Shehzad, is something that the Congress party has been repeatedly asking the BJP, that on the poverty front, in terms of reduction...
May I answer this also?
Yes, please answer that point.
On the poverty front, please pick up all the data and I'll give you that because I didn't know we have come on a poverty debate. The rate at which people were uplifted from poverty between Manmohan Singh years was 8.5% and it is 11% plus in which it has been uplifted. In fact, the IMF report said that because of the 80 crore people being given free rations, the extreme poverty was kept below 1%.
All right,
and
so
I'll give you the report
Dr. Kumar, I haven't yet heard as to the source of the data. I'll come back to you. I'll talk to you more about that. I want to bring in Imran Pasha and also Mr. B.S. Arun, who's been very patiently listening to this heated conversation. Sir, thank you so much for staying with us on the broadcast. B.S. Arun, how do you see this recent shift of political narrative that has come in the politics of Karnataka? The discussion that we just had is an example of how the narrative is shifting or perhaps dwindling between the governance plank versus the religious overtones. Do you see this working in favor of the BJP or perhaps the Congress party will be able to retain the edge? B.S. Arun.
See, this for the third successive day that the Bajrang Dal issue is continuing.
Yeah.
BJP in speeches after speeches by its all leaders, top leaders, middle-level leaders, and those who go to house campaigning, they all are chanting one line, and that is Bajrang Dal. Today, in many parts of Karnataka, in many of these Ram temples, the Hanuman Chalisa was chanted by the followers of Bajrang Dal, the activists of Bajrang Dal. So when this is the case, Congress has been trying hard to ensure that this doesn't become, the sort of the main pole plank of BJP, as well as, Congress efforts to counter that. Congress, I feel, sort of is in a way, not showing that much of interest in countering it, but it's still doing it because it's become sort of the narrative, and it thinks that the narrative is shifting. So it's trying its best, but not to the extent. I think that's what some of us feel. Not to the extent that people would sort of be convinced. When this is the case, I still think the narrative has not yet, seeped into at the ground level in different parts of the state. Well, it might make an impact in some of the districts where BJP is strong, but not in all the districts, because this time Congress certainly had got an edge earlier, during the campaigning.
Yes.
Although BJP had tried, perhaps successfully also, we don't know. Only
Yes.
May 10th will prove that.
Yes.
But both the parties, Congress is trying, but then BJP has sort of run away with this issue over the last 3 days, and it might continue to do so until May 8th, when the campaigning ends.
Okay. Imran Pasha of the JDS is also joining us on the broadcast. Imran Pasha, thank you for joining us. Good evening. One of the things that the JDS has been saying this time is that we'll be the king and not the kingmaker. You aspire to form the government in the state on your own without the help of the Congress or the BJP. And in the old Mysuru region, which is traditionally considered as the stronghold of the JDS, BJP has been trying to make inroads. Even in those particular areas, BJP and the top leaders, including Home Minister Amit Shah, you've had Mr. JP Nadda, they have very strongly taken this narrative of development, consolidation of votes, across caste lines. Is the JDS threatened with the kind of inroads that the BJP claims that they are making in the state of Karnataka, in the old Mysuru region, which is predominantly of your interest?
Yeah. So where are those development talks now? Is there anyone who can talk about the development on behalf of the BJP?
Well, if you have heard the debate for the last 15 minutes, that's what we've been talking about, sir.
Sorry, I joined late. I was unable to hear the complete question properly and unable to hear my fellow panelists. So if I'm repeating the same thing, I apologize.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I just wanted to tell you that in Karnataka there are so many issues, okay, on which the election campaign should be done by these so-called national parties. But I'm not seeing those campaigning muddas there. They are taking, earlier it started from the kind of Bahubali netas who were doing the rowdyism by sending their association and asking if someone comes from different parties, you can hit them back and send them out and kick them out. Then it comes to the Gali politics. Then it comes, now it's Bajrang Dal Mudda. So I am not seeing anywhere. In the Karnataka, in the entire state, the only party who is raising the voice is the JDS party, who is talking on the requirement, on the people's requirement, and what needs to be done to the Karnataka in coming, when we form the government, what we will done.
All right.
Okay. We are not like BJP. They are running away from their 40% commission MLAs, what they have done. And even Congress also don't have the proper agenda, since they ruled for entirely full term of 5 years in previous term.
So you believe that the development narrative has only been upheld by the JDS? Shahzad, there are a few arguments which have been made against the BJP. Would you like to respond?
Not just on this debate, but in the entire campaign, it is only the BJP that is saying to the people that this is what we've done, this is what we plan to do, including making the Karnataka a $1 trillion economy. And therefore, I rattled off 15 statistics with sources. One second now. Anusha, I think that if your argument is strong, you don't need to interrupt.
Shahzad, go ahead.
So I rattled off 15 statistics with their source. Mr. Ajay Kumar told us 5 things against our government, but not their own achievements and not one source. Secondly, I am saying that is this a development agenda? Siddaramaiah to the News Minute. Congress will repeal anti-conversion law. That means it will allow a free run for those who want to do conversion, for the conversion mafia and conversion lobby. Is this a developmental issue? Who brought this issue? Is Siddaramaiah our agent? Mr. Khadge says Pradhan Mantri poisonous snake hai. Is Mr. Khadge a star pracharak of the BJP? His son then goes and says Nalayak beta hai Pradhan Mantri ke liye. Is he a star pracharak of our party? So if they go and change the narrative to abusing Prime Minister, to doing vote bank politics, and after a 1-hour speech we say Bajrang Bali ki jai, they have such allergy with Bajrang Bali, just like they have allergy with Jai Shri Ram, that they start dancing on the top of the roof. So I am saying, what is their allergy with Bajrang Bali? What is their allergy with Jai Shri Ram? You give an affidavit saying Jai Shri Ram doesn't exist. You said Hindu terror, you said saffron terror, you said Hindutva is like ISIS, Boko Haram. These are all your statements, and today you have allergy with those who chant Bajrang Bali ki jai. You will lock them up and put them in jail?
Dr. Ajay Kumar, the Congress party, and like you in your opening remarks and in the subsequent remarks that you made, insisted how development should remain the central topic, and that's the topic that we should be speaking about. Then I wonder why a tall and a stalwart leader like Mr. D.K. Shivkumar had to make a promise that we will bring Bajrang Bali temples across the state if we come to power, or there would be development of certain religious sites if the Congress party comes to power. If that is not damage control, what exactly it is, sir?
So first question is Bajrang Bali ki jai and Jai Shri Ram. We say it all the time. We respect all religions. The problem with the people, with the gentleman from the Bharatiya Janata Party is that they continue to poison the environment on the name of religion. We refuse to do it. And secondly, the nonsense they speak and spew. In the name of God, you can run a sex racket and you can be an ISI member and you can be a Bajrang Dal member, and you say that, first of all, they should be they're anti-Hindu for equating Bajrang Dal with Bajrang Bali. How dare they do it? In Bangalore, they have killed a Dalit person, the Bajrang Dal, and they want to include it with Bajrang Bali. First of all, religion, the kind of nonsense they do in the name of God is shameful. 99% of Indians believe and have faith in their religion and pray quietly and peacefully and love each other. Right now in Bangalore, there is a temple, there is a mosque, and there's a church next to each other, all people praying. These guys who want us to fight at those spots. Second issue, the data you asked me.
Yes,
Let me give him a data.
Yeah.
It is from the Niti Aayog data of 13%. Please, you are a smart anchor. Look at it. 13.7% Niti Aayog multidimensional poverty data was released. It's in all the major newspapers. Google it, you'll get Karnataka poverty rate. You will get Karnataka has got the worst nutrition rate. It has got the maximum malnutrition among the worst malnutrition and human development index in the southern states.
Dr. Kumar, allow me an interjection. Dr. Kumar. Allow me an interjection. That's exactly what the BJP was asking you. That's what Shahzad said. That why is it that religious conversion or the issue of Bajrang Dal, which might be an ancillary issue and not the main issue, are being repeatedly raised by the Congress party? And I ask this to you as a journalist, sir. Why are you handing them issues on a platter? If you know that they're going to, if they're going to misuse it.
So you are running a TV program. We mentioned we will take action. But honestly,
shoot the messenger.
Look at the TV debates. No debate on the wrestler molestation.
Sir,
no debate on Sanjay Shivpuria, who is close to Prime Minister.
Today, our broadcast here on CNN News 18 at 6 p.m., at 7 p.m. We focused on these stories. These are blanket statements. They don't hold true for every media outlet. And why are you shooting the messenger? It's like I asked you a question and then everybody is wrong because I asked you a question. It doesn't work like that, sir.
Okay, one second. It works like this because our statement was anybody who breaks the law. And my question is, if I'm a panelist, I also want to ask to all the great TV anchors.
Sure.
Sanjay Shivpuria not covered by single one of you. 500 crores, Mr. Modi, Mr. BJP's friends, corruption to the highest level, 40% commission next to the Prime Minister's house. Our statement is very simple. Highest poverty index in this country, in the state, in the southern India. Mr. Poonawalla, please counter that.
Okay, I've last 1 minute on the show. I've last 1 minute on the show. And if we were the great TV anchors, we would be at least given the basic courtesy while having a debate. I don't think that really happens. But Shahzad, last 1 minute to you. Please rebut. Go ahead.
Those who can't run their party are now asking channels how to run their editorial agenda. Well, that's how it runs here. But anyways, they said they respect Rama and Hanumanji. Satish Jarkioli, Congress leader. Word Hindu has a dirty meaning. Mr. Shivraj Patil had said that Krishna ji taught jihad to Arjun. This was the statement. What action have you taken on them, Ajay Kumar? No, you know, this is the problem. The problem is that if Ajay Kumar and his party, because they believe in Rome Sanskriti, they see Bajrang and they are agitated. They are agitated. But PFI and SDPI is comforting, and therefore you are open with an alliance with SDPI. MB Patil has said this. Your leader MB Patil has said this.
You support the rapist when a child is raped. That is also.
You know, Ajay Kumar, you can see Ajay Kumar. You know, in political lingo and in television lingo, what you're doing is the worst form of whataboutery and the lowest form of political debate. But you can continue with it. It doesn't really make a difference. You are busy heckling anchors and telling them how to do their job. So clearly, we know who's winning on the ground.
No, because you are scared of the issue. Sanjay Shivpuria ke baare mein bolo yaar. They may be a photo with you.
Sir, with due respect.
First of all, he's not Shivpuria, he's Shekhpuria. That you don't even know the facts. He's not Shivpuria, he's Shekhpuria. Your facts are as good as Rahul Gandhi's logic. That's the problem, Ajay Kumar. You should go back and take rest. You should go back and take rest tonight.
All right.
I sincerely advise you.
I do believe Dr. Ajay Kumar.
Mr. Poonawala, you know better.
Sir, I've said this earlier. I'm saying this again. Please do not make personal comments on national TV channel. It does not behave well for a person like you or anybody else, or even the viewer who's listening to the national leaders of our country.
And please tell the gentleman next to you also to have more manners, madam. That will also.
Sir, that's I have not taken your name. It's a request that I've made to everyone. Dr. Kumar, with due respect to you, because you're panelists, I request you not to make any personal comments, and that's a request that I'm making to everyone here. That's all the time that I have. That's all the time I have. Dr. Ajay Kumar, Shehzad Poonawala, Imran Pasha, B.S. Arun, thank you gentlemen for joining us on the broadcast. Well, in this heated political battle, it's on the 10th of May, we'll know what the voters think. On the 13th of May, that's when the results will be out as to what the people of Karnataka really want. Well, CNN News 18's Zakir Jacob also spoke exclusively to former Chief Minister Mr. Siddaramaiah on the Bajrang Dal controversy, the ban that the Congress party has spoken about, and the prospects of the Grand Old Party in this election. Listen.
So we have with us the Congress Party's chief ministerial contender, the former Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah. He's had a hectic day of campaigning in his constituency, Varuna. You've had thousands of people in the roadshow that you've just had. What gives you confidence that Congress Party will come back to power on its own in Karnataka?
I am 100% confident that Congress Party would come back to power with comfortable majority. This time, the people have decided to vote Congress Party only. The people of Karnataka are fed up with this government, BJP government. There is a strong anti-incumbency against BJP government. That is why they are comparing our government with Kumaraswamy government and BJP government. See, we are 1,000 times better than BJP government and Kumaraswamy government. And BJP government is the most corrupt government Karnataka ever had. This is the most corrupt government and most non-performing government. They are indulged in looting the state. All ministers, including Chief Minister, they are all indulged in looting the state. So this is the situation in Karnataka. That is why people have decided already because 10th is the election. They already decided that according to me, and I'm 100% confident that Congress Party would get comfortable majority.
Sir, BJP is making this about national issues, talking about minority quota, talking about Bajrang Dal, the ban that you proposed and so on, whereas you want to make it into local issues. How will you respond to that?
See, what we said was, those who are indulged in hate politics and creating violence in the state, such organizations we are going to ban, whether it is Bajrang Dal or PFI or any other organization.
But do you believe that this has given a chance to polarize the election?
No. It will not polarize the election. 100% it will not. Because people are not bothered about all these things, these emotional issues. In what way the people are concerned? Whether Bajrang Dal is there or not, or PFI is there or not, or any other organization is there or not. They are not bothered about it. They are concerned about the day-to-day problems.
Mr. Modi is saying that he has, ever since he's hit the campaign trail, Congress is making personal attacks against him. He's having big road shows in Bangalore. You don't think that will make a difference to the campaign in the last stretch?
We are not, it's not a personal attack against Modi. Modi is a great liar. That's what we are telling. You mean to say that is it a personal attack? What promises he has made in 2014, 15, 16? Has he fulfilled those promises? That is why you are telling Modi is a great liar.
Do you believe that Congress will not take the help of any other party if you were to fall short of majority?
That question does not arise at all, because there will be a clear, comfortable majority to Congress party.
And finally, who will become Chief Minister? Who will become Chief Minister?
It is for the newly elected MLAs and the High Command.
Will you be one of the contenders?
Yes, 100% I am one of the contenders.
Okay. Thank you very much. There you have it, Mr. Siddaramaiah, one of the chief ministerial hopefuls of the Congress party. He believes this election is solely about local issues and the promises that were made by the BJP and not kept by the state government. Here in Varuna constituency with cameraman Chintan and Satish, this is Zaka Jacob for CNN News 18.
Now our focus on another big story of the day. Manipur is burning. A showdown between tribals and non-tribals has triggered violent clashes. This is a clash between two tribal communities that has historically existed. There's vandalism, arson and large-scale violence that has been reported. Army has been called in. Rapid Action Force has been flown in. Shoot-at-sight orders have been issued. A special report.
Manipur is literally on fire. Homes have been set ablaze. Churches have been torched. Violent clashes have erupted. It all boils down to tribals versus non-tribals in Manipur. Tension began after the High Court directed the state government to consider the request of the Meitei community to be included in the scheduled tribes list. It's been an issue that the Manipur government has been dragging on its feet for 10 years. Then followed a series of incidents of arson and vandalism. The venue where Chief Minister N. Biren Singh was scheduled to address a meeting was mysteriously set ablaze. But things reached a tipping point when the All Tribal Student Union Manipur carried out a tribal solidarity march to protest against the non-tribal Meitei community's demands for scheduled tribe status. Thousands took part in the rally, during which violence broke out between tribals and non-tribals. What followed was absolute mayhem. Mobs went on a rampage, destroying houses in Manipur's Churachandpur district.
Precious lives have been lost, besides damage of property of residents, which is very, very unfortunate. These accidents are a result of prevailing misunderstanding between two sections of our society.
As things went out of hand, the army and Assam Rifles were called in to contain the escalating violence. Nearly 4,000 villagers were taken to shelters in army-run and state government-owned premises. A flag march was held by the army and the Assam Rifles to keep the situation under control.
And we are here for the whole night. Don't worry. We are here.
Curfew has been imposed in 8 districts of Manipur and mobile internet services suspended in the entire northeastern state.
And some latest news coming in. Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to the Chief Minister of the northeastern states of Manipur, Assam, Meghalaya and Mizoram. There's also a virtual meet that has been held with officials of Manipur to take stock of the situation. 8 to 10 more companies of the CRPF and BSF could be moved in tomorrow. 20 companies, additional companies have already been deployed. Those are the details coming in. Joining us on the broadcast are my colleagues who are tracking the story, getting us the details about what really is transpiring on the ground, how the centre and the state are coordinating to maintain the law and order situation, and what's the likely course ahead. Preeti Priyadarshini is joining us live. Arunima and Kamalika are also getting us all the details. Arunima, first to you. What is it that you're picking up from your sources at the Union Home Ministry? How is the situation? What is the assessment of the Union Home Ministry? All right, it seems like we still don't have our reporters. We'll just get them patched in just a bit. But Manipur, as I said earlier, is facing a tense situation. There are shoot-at-sight orders. Multiple additional forces have been deployed. Arunima, I believe, is with us on the broadcast. Arunima, we were just telling our viewers about the state and the situation on the ground right now, how the Union Home Ministry has taken the stock of the situation. The Union Minister, Home Minister himself has spoken to the Chief Minister of the northeastern states. What is the assessment at the central level?
The situation is quite grave. These churches getting burnt and the overall situation that has developed over the last 24 to 48 hours has the Ministry of Home Affairs quite worried. First, the Home Minister dialed Manipur Chief Minister, and then he subsequently spoke to the other neighboring Chief Ministers as well. And a second round of calls happened this evening after more troops were sent in. We are told that already about 20 companies of paramilitary and more than 50 columns of the Indian Army and Assam Rifles are there. More companies of the BSF and CRPF could be sent in tomorrow. But tonight is crucial because churches have been, burned down. Suspect are the Methi community. They're expecting retaliation. They're apprehensive of retaliation. And that's why the local police has been asked to be on their toes tonight. But we could see the situation developing. Chief Minister and Home Ministry in touch.
Arunima, getting us a sense about what the Union Home Ministry is doing, what is their assessment of the situation. My colleague Preeti Priyadarshini and Kamalika are also with us on the show. Preeti, first to you, what are the details that you're picking up? Shoot-at-sight orders. There are multiple additional companies of the BSF and security forces that have been rushed to the ground, more likely to be sent tomorrow. What is the latest assessment?
Yes, definitely. Shoot-at-sight orders has been given by the state government, and after which the situation is getting better because everybody is afraid of losing their own lives. So very drastically after the declaration, after the order was made to shoot at sight, we can see that the situation has got better. But yes, the tension is still prevailing. But already 55 columns of Indian Army and Assam Rifles already deployed. 14 more additional columns are still there. They are waiting. If whenever there is a need, they will be in action. They are trying their best to put an end to the violence in the state of Manipur. But yes, as stated, tonight is very crucial because there are three groups of people. One is the Indian Army and the paramilitary forces or Assam Rifles are there. They are working in coordinates with the people of Manipur, the Meiteis, the other tribes who are very much afraid about the violent situation in Manipur. On the other hand, there are the people who are agitated. They are still into some kind of violence in the state, and also there are these people who are innocent sufferers. So tonight will be very crucial because a lot of things can happen. But yes, the authorities have also tried their level best to stop the violence that has been happening in the state. And also along with that, I have to tell you that the neighboring countries, the Nagaland, the state of Nagaland, Assam, everybody is quite concerned about the situation in Manipur, and state like Nagaland has also issued helpline numbers for their people in Manipur because they are very much concerned. There can be threat to their life as well. So they have issued helpline numbers. The neighboring states like Nagaland have issued helpline numbers for the Naga people, for the people of Nagaland who are staying in Manipur.
All right, so this could spill over to other northeastern states is the concern of the Union Home Ministry as well. And that is why you had the Home Minister talking to the various chief ministers of the northeastern states. Kamalika, there are very real concerns that this violence, God forbid, could spread to other parts of northeast as well. Broadband is down after the internet shutdown was ordered. There are multiple tweets which I saw from the authorities which warned against any kind of fear-mongering or fake news or videos that can be put out in the public domain, causing further disturbance. Tell us about the possibility and the fear that this could spread to other northeastern states. What are you picking up?
Yeah, obviously the fear is there, and not only about the neighboring states, it's also Myanmar is there in the Manipur border, and the drug route is through Myanmar. So it is just not political violence. It's just not two parties. It is between the hills and the valleys. It is between two communities, and definitely it has a chance to spread to the other places. But as we are saying that the Home Minister himself is talking to the neighboring chief ministers, is spoken to the Manipur chief minister. So every state like Meghalaya, like Tripura, they are themselves, like Mizoram, they are themselves having meeting. Mizoram chief minister has also called up Manipur chief minister and assured him that if there is any help required, they are there. But on ground, the situation is not good. On ground, the situation is today's night is very crucial, but at the same time, whatever we are getting it from the ground, things are not good. People are there at their home; they are not coming out. That is one good thing. And the shoot at sight orders. When shoot at sight order is given, when things just go out of hand, that has been given. There is immense try from both the center and the state government. But this what happened yesterday night, it has its own ramification.
Absolutely.
And it spreads in a very faster rate. So where it is difficult now, the people
and
as
you're pointing out, Kamalika, that the fear is very real, and what happened yesterday could further snowball it, God forbid, if that were to happen. There's some more breaking developments. The Manipur governor has appealed for calm and urged people not to pay heed to any kind of rumors which are put out in the public domain. The word coming in from the governor.
प्रदेश में कल एवं आज की हिंसक घटनाओं से मुझे बहुत दुख हुआ है और दुखी हूं। सभी मणिपुर प्रदेशवासियों को से आग्रह करती हूं कि वे अपनी परंपरा के अनुरूप शांति, स्नेह, भाईचारा एवं सद्भाव बनाए रखें। किसी भी प्रकार की हिंसा, आगजनी में भाग न ले, अफवाहों पर ध्यान न दे, अपनी समस्या और विचारों को शांतिपूर्वक बैठकर आपस में विचार विमर्श कर उपयुक्त मंच सरकार के समक्ष रख सकते हैं। उनका समाधान शांति से निकाला जा सकता है।
Cutting across to my colleague Preeti, who is with us on the broadcast. Preeti, the governor appealing for calm, and of course in situations like these, in the age of social media, internet and phone, rumor mongering is a key concern.
Of course, and just before the internet was suspended in Manipur, when this clash actually started, this rally was happening, as they claim it to be a peace rally, and then they came into clash with the security personnel, the police, and after that this violence started. And when this first started, when the internet was yet to be suspended, when it was just the starting of this whole violence, we could see a lot of videos in the Facebook pages and also in WhatsApp, WhatsApp, which was roaming in groups, and they were trying to agitate the groups where they were trying to bring together the people of the same sentiment, and that is how it started. And people are also of the opinion that this should have been done a little earlier, because in Churachandpur quite 5 days ago there were some kind of violence reported when the Chief Minister had to visit the place to inaugurate a gym, and this was the same kind of violence that happened. But yesterday, when it took the trigger, when it triggered the whole violence that has later on spreaded into mass scale, we could see that the internet services were used.
Internet and broadband both are down in the state, and Preeti, we talk about the real fears of this could be affecting other northeastern states as well. The situation is being very closely monitored, very sensitive situation on the ground. We appeal for calm. That's what the authorities have said. Thank you, Preeti, for joining us on the broadcast. My colleague Arunima and Kamalika also getting us all the details. Joining us on the broadcast is Dr. Malim Ningthauja, who's an author and historian. Sir, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Good evening. It's a very sensitive situation on the ground right now. What is your assessment? Many would argue that perhaps this could have been prevented in some way or the other. This is a demand which has existed. This clash has existed for a while. Do you believe that the state government should have not allowed the tribal solidarity march, or perhaps this was just the trigger? It was bound to happen. What's your assessment, sir?
Let me figure out 2 points. One, let's not try to show it as a tribal versus non-tribals.
Sure.
And number two, let's not try to show it as a hill versus valley. These are very wrong kind of assessment, and it gives misreporting.
Okay.
I would definitely say that the rally and the demonstrations and the classes that erupted out of that the contested situation was just a pretext. It seems to me that the section of the population with arms and sophistications have already pre-planned for some kind of a showdown. So the protest against ST was just a pretext. Otherwise, this section of the populations from the hills who have the visions of some kind of Zionist model of creating exclusive territorial areas by cleansing minorities living in those areas where they dominated seems to be prevalent, and they were just using the ST as a pretext, and it was one of the culmination points. They were quite clear.
Sir, I'll just interject you there. I'll just interject you there.
Yeah.
I take the caveats that you've drawn. Tribals versus non-tribals, that's not how this debate should be framed. I'd ask you, what is the correct framing of the debate? Point number one. Secondly, what you're also saying is that the entire issue about the ST inclusion or what happened at the High Court, it was just a pretext. The manner in which certain groups have been operating is already problematic. Could you elaborate on that a bit about that, please?
Number one, as we can see, the victims and assault, it's purely Kuki and the Meiteis are involved in that. If we look at it from the ethnic angles. If we look at it from the ethnic angles, it's between Meiteis and the Kukis. And when I say it was just a pretext, because it's been quite prepared and quite pre-planned that the certain policies of the government of Manipur in terms of destructions of poppy cultivation and in terms of the attempt to carry out population survey and then the attempt to protect forest lands such as protected forest and reserve forest areas have been quite resisted by a certain section of the populations. And there is a political background behind that, the ethnic formations and the building up of arms, entering into Shu and taking advantage of the suspension of operations for expanding military build-up and territorial occupation. That has been there for a long time.
Sir, for the benefit...
It's a culmination point where they think that they are now quite prepared to perpetrate some kind of showdown for certain political regions seems to be predominant in all these designs.
The people who were involved in violence, I sense from what you're saying, it looks premeditated. They were prepared to unleash this kind of violence.
Yeah,
and what I also sense, sir, in your argument is that because it was premeditated, there is a real possibility that this could perhaps blow into something bigger. God forbid. We hope that the authorities are able to control the situation. But what is the real fear? The real fear of it spreading to other northeastern states. how potent that is?
I don't think it would be having any spillover in other northeastern areas. Of course, there is some tendency, but I don't think there would be any violence in Mizoram or in Assam for that. I don't expect. But now, as I said, when this ethnic cleansing started in the hill areas, trying to expel by force, burning their properties and destroying killings, and started in the hill areas. Obviously, for some reasons, their ethnic brothers or say peoples in the valley retaliated and selectively targeting the Kuki areas. So, and then the cycle of violence started. Kukis attacking with sophisticated arms used by the Kuki militant carriers under SAOs, openly carrying out armed assaults with sophisticated arms, and the Meitei people retaliating, and then with whatever weapons they have in their hands.
I'm sorry to interrupt your argument, but we have limited time, and I want your knowledge to benefit our viewers right now.
Yes.
What is your assessment of the situation? Do you think that with this large-scale deployment, the situation can be brought under control? And secondly, if you can briefly touch upon it, this long-standing dispute between these two communities and the demand for some kind of inclusion under ST, is there a real solution to it that can be offered by the center or the state? Because this has clearly spilled over, it has taken a violent shape.
So the demand for scheduled tribe is a constitutional demand. Whether the government of India accept or not is a different thing. But it's a demand by a section of the population's feelings that they will get constitutional protections from this reservation policy. That's a different issue.
Okay.
But yes, some people are reacting against it. But the whole agenda of ethnic cleansing in the hills areas has a totally different perspective. That's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
And it has escalated into violence, and then there is retaliations, and now it takes a totally communal Holocaust situations. Both groups trying to attack the vulnerable sections in either in the valley.
And that's where the role of
and
security forces really come in. I'm very sorry, Dr. Malingdin Thauja, I'm short of time, but I appreciate you joining us on the broadcast and elaborating on the situation. Manipur is very tense right now. We'll continue tracking all developments happening there. Right now, there is an appeal for calm coming in from the government, governor and the chief minister. Center monitoring the situation very, very closely. With that, it's a wrap on Brass Tacks. Thank you for watching.
It's got a dosa feel to it, but it's not dosa, obviously.
It's not dosa, yeah.
Nice. Here, you can tell.
Yeah.
The moment you take the first bite, you can tell it's rice flour.
Actually, a lot of places also give you a chutney made out of groundnut.
Okay.
They add butter over this akki roti, so it tastes all the more great.
So it's a bit like an uttapam, if you will, but a little less heavy.
Yeah.
This is yum. I'm really liking it. Like, even the chutney has a nice tanginess to it.
Yeah.
This would be like a peanut chutney or something of that sort?
This, I think, is coconut chutney.
Coconut chutney. Okay. All right. So there you have it. The maki roti to the, what was that? The
Twistatos.
The twistato. And then you had the Congress masala. So I guess I've certainly learned some wonderful new dishes here at the VV Puram Food Street. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. From Harish and me, thank you very much, and keep tuning in to the News 18 network. All right, so if you need to experience nightlife in Bangalore, you haven't experienced it until you come here. This is the VV Puram Food Street. I mean, just take a look at it. It's got noise and the hustle and bustle and color and vibrancy. So what's so special about this place? That's what we're going to find out tonight. We have with us Harish, our resident Bangalorean and food expert, although you don't look like one.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's so special about the VV Puram Food Street?
Every time somebody talks about Bangalore and its nightlife, it's always about pubs.
Yeah, pubs and clubs. And
Exactly,
yeah.
But there are spots, for example, VV Puram Food Street, the Fraser Town Food Street, where you get good food and also it symbolizes how the city has changed. The VV Puram food street once upon a time had probably started with the chats of the settees, and of late it has changed. Now you have a lot of North Indian food also coming in, indicating how the city has changed. You get the akki rotis, the ragi rotis, the chats that's known for the Bangarpet chats that's known for its taste, that's also here. And probably anyone from any part of India coming in here will find something that they like. And that's why it's a huge hit among people. And you will see residents coming from different parts, not just the nearby locality, even the IT belt of Whitefield.
You come all the way from 20-30 kilometers to this place?
Absolutely. On a Saturday, Sunday, this place you can't even walk. So it's also joined for...
I want to try one of those. It looks really
Twistatos.
nice. It's one of those. What is it called?
It's called a twistato.
It's called a twistato.
Yeah.
Okay, it's potato chips rolled in a twist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's try.
Yeah, let's give it
Sir,
a try.
one twistato kodi.
Just take a look at that. So that's how he makes the potato chips twisted.
Yeah. But Jaka, if you're on a diet, not the
not the best thing
to have. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. And then he just puts it into the masala.
Yes. Okay. And then he fries it.
Should we try one?
Yes, we should. Sir, one kodi illi. Adu agilva? Okay.
Okay, so looks like we have the twistato that's ready.
Yes, ready.
So you add some chaat masala type powder on it, and then there's you can see some sauce. Looks like mayo.
I think it's mayo and
looks
peri
like
peri,
mayo,
if I'm not wrong.
All right, let's try the twistato.
Like it?
Pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like.
Hello, namaskar. This is First Post, and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. More than 24 hours since Russia said Putin had survived an assassination attempt, we're tracking developments in the Ukraine war. As feared, the fighting has intensified. Explosions rocked multiple Ukrainian cities. A Russian oil refinery is on fire. Russia has launched a terror investigation into the drone attack and is now blaming America for plotting this.